To bring a retrospective of a career to a place like a festival is, at any point, does it turn like, do you get weird when people kind of ask you about this history of yourself, or do you actually kind of embrace the...
No, I mean, the films are out there. They got their own lives now, and I'm happy to talk about them, and sometimes I even watch them. And I mean, on one side you think, oh, I've been around for a long time. On the other side, I'd like to say, I haven't done that much in that long time. So it's a two-way operation, this, in the sense that Lifetime Achievement Awards, if that's what indeed this is, I hope it's not, but it probably is. It just means you're getting old.
To watch your films over again, are there any movies that kind of stand the test of time for you, where you can kind of not be critical about it, or just kind of enjoy it?
The thing is, I don't watch them, and I won't be watching anything here. I keep waiting till I'm far enough away from them that I can judge them objectively, but I never seem to get far enough away. I mean, maybe on my deathbed we'll have a whole retrospective, and I'll just go out watching my films. It's like, oh God, no! Why did I do that?
I know you were just working on the Imaginarium of Doctor
Parnassus.
What is the impetus of that story? Like, was it a short story prior, or what was really?
No, I decided I wanted to do something my own again, just starting from me and not from another source. And it just started being a kind of compendium of ideas. And I got Charles McEwen involved, and we just played around. I mean, I went into the drawers and said, oh, here's a bunch of old ideas. There's some drawings about that. Can we fit any of these things in? And little by little, we're hammered out of this pile of material a story and characters, and moved it through. It'd been the first time for a while that I just started from scratch. And I'm really delighted that we managed to make the thing work. Because I'm mixing two kind of worlds. One's the real world with a certain kind of quality, and then inside the Imaginarium, which is, in some ways, I was thinking I was going back to my Python animation. So these are two almost conflicting worlds, and could I hold them together? Was my concern, and it seems we've done it. to watch, it must be a little bit bittersweet now. With Heath getting this nomination for the Golden Globes, and most likely one for the Oscars. To edit somebody who you work with who is no longer around. No, it doesn't feel that way. I mean, I'm working with Heath every day. He's alive and well. That's what it feels like. I mean, it's only when I go home and realize he's not alive and well, and it's sad. And I think that's what's quite extraordinary, because when we were doing the post-syncing, when everybody had to come back and do voices for the bits of sound that were no good, Vern Troyer, he was out in L.A. We were doing it on a telephone line, and he hadn't seen anything since Heath died, and he hadn't seen the film, and images were coming up, and he had to do his lines, and he broke down. I mean, it was really painful. But for me and Mick Audsley, the editor, we've just been working with Heath every day, so it's a kind of an interesting way of grieving. Maybe it isn't. Maybe the grief hasn't hit yet, because it's like that. But Heath created a situation that has changed the film. It's not really quite the same film that we started out. I can't even remember the film we started out to do. I mean, what we've got is the film we've got, which is extraordinary. That's the good thing. And I think it's worthy of Heath's last movie. I mean, that was my biggest concern, that whatever we do, it's got to be worthy of him dying on. But with Johnny and Colin Farrell and Jude Law coming to the rescue, it's worked out really well.
An interesting thing would be when your film comes out, the way kind of Warner dealt with Dark Knight, they will inevitably bring up.
Sure.
And so is that kind of strange for you that it's a marketing tool for them to be like, oh, this is the official last film of
I don't know. I mean, what distributors, studios, they just use whatever is available to use. There's no question. That's what marketing is about. You just sell on whatever you got. There's been all this quote that keeps repeating in the web about me saying something about the studios when they were the premiere of Batman. I said, well, what am I talking about? I said, what do you expect, folks? Of course they're going to market it on that. And they'll do posthumous Academy Awards. I hope he gets one. I mean, he deserved one when he was living, so why shouldn't he get one when he's dead?
You've traveled so many places around the world. Is there any plans maybe to do something in Asia, or like, I know Shanghai's got a really good film community there, or like maybe do something?
It's funny, I really don't know Asia that well. I've been to Hong Kong and I've been to Japan. Every time I go to Japan to promote a movie, they keep saying, come on, we love you in Japan, and I think the Japanese mind is as twisted as mine. That's what I kind of like about it. But I haven't had an idea that applies itself. I don't think like that, basically. I mean, I wait for an idea to capture me, and then I follow its trail wherever I get dragged. I don't follow, I'm dragged along. But no, I'm happy to work anywhere. I think it's hard in China now. I mean, because the Chinese directors are so good. I mean, I'll be revealed to be a fraud if I go there.